So I thought this was actually a pretty cool story, right? So a man, well, actually, technically cool headline. Man buys 30 tickets for one lottery drawing, wins $147,500. That's a pretty good bet. So, April 21st, a Virginia man collected a total prize of $147,500 when he bought 30 identical tickets for a single lottery drawing. Oh, pick with Fireball 4, or pick 4 with Fireball. So Benjamin Schuler of Herndon told Virginia lottery officials he bought 30 tickets for the March 28th pick 4 night drawing, all bearing the numbers 0, 8, 1, 6. Schuler said his cousin, who played the same set of numbers, called him after midnight to tell him their numbers had come up. Schuler paid $1 for 29 of his tickets, earning $5,000 per ticket, and 50 cents for one ticket, earning 2,500, and his total prize was $147,500. And the Virginia Lottery said 27 of the tickets were purchased from the High Up Food Mart in Sterling, and the other 3 were bought from a 7-Eleven store at Town Center Plaza in Sterling. So basically, he bought 30 tickets. Well, actually, no. So basically, 29 tickets, right? Like, imagine that, right? Like, it's basically like betting like a crypto coin or a stock that you bought for $1 will go to like 5 grand per share or per coin. Like, this is kind of like the situation where, like, oh, like you accidentally found a thing called like Shiba Inu. You put some money into it, like $5 in it, and you ended up becoming like a millionaire. Like, the luck of this is insane. Because you gotta think about it. He put all of that. He basically spent $30, well, like $29.50, right? For all of his tickets, right? But the crazy thing is that he used all the same number. And him doing that alone made him earn 6 figures. Like, that is absolutely crazy. I really hope he ends up like using this money wisely so that maybe he could put this into just like an investment or pay off his debt first, which he needs to do if he does have debt. Okay, so yeah, let's say that you were in his position and you made like a bet like this, and how should you like manage this money for your future, the best way for your future? Number one, pay off any and all debt that you have. Number two, create an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months. Number three, right? You want to basically put money in like an investment that would potentially produce cash flow or be automated. So what I mean by this is either put a lot of this money into like an S&P 500 index fund or mutual fund, or completely fill out your Roth IRA, full out or fill up your Roth IRA or 401k and all that kind of stuff, or maybe buy a cheap house for cash and just rent out every single room, or maybe create like an Airbnb or whatever, right? Just so that you could end up creating some sort of money coming in every single month. Because here's the thing, $147,500 is pretty awesome, right? But having $500 to $2,000 coming in every single month while also growing the initial amount of money that you put into it is even better, right? Because what people need to understand, yeah, he made $147,500, but he's going to have to pay taxes on that, and also he's probably going to have a lot of expenses in his personal life. So the actual amount of money that he's going to just truly walk away with after everything's said and done It's probably not going to be that much money. It's not going to be life changing money, but if he manages money correctly in a very well fashion, he could set up his life to be in a much better position. Because, I mean, just think about it. Imagine if you had no debt, you had an emergency fund, and you had some sort of investment producing a monthly cash flow into your bank account, right? Where you could technically actually live off of that, right? Like that'd be pretty awesome. Like imagine if you could just get like $500 to $2,000 per month every single month. You could live off of that, right? You could technically retire off of that depending on your living expenses. So I just hope he ends up managing his money well enough to where it doesn't really have to worry. Like he doesn't have to worry about anything. That being said, who knows? I don't know what his personal finance situation is. Like if he's like a multi-millionaire and he just did this for fun, because this is something that he just likes to do for fun, he could just buy a Lamborghini with this if he really wanted to, right? Or buy a new Porsche, or buy a Ferrari, or buy, I don't know, a trailer, or buy 147,000 $1 tickets. Well, I mean, technically not that much because he's going to pay taxes on this, but I'm just saying, I don't know his personal finance situation, but it really all just, depends, right? Like if he's in a really good financial situation, he can basically do whatever the hell he wants to do. If he's in a really bad financial situation, if he's got a lot of debt, he needs to attack that. He needs to pay off his debt. He needs to set up his financial situation in a way where he has a lot more freedom. Because think about it. If he really likes playing the lottery, if he gets himself out of a bad financial situation, he could end up playing the lottery even more so, right? I mean, there have been people who did win the lottery multiple times. I mean, there's been like this one person who won the $10 million scratch off lottery game twice in under like 3 years, which is crazy, right? Like imagine winning $10 million twice in under 3 years. Like that is insane, absolutely insane. But there's just some people who are that lucky, right? So if you end up being lucky enough to be in a similar situation, if you've ever won the lottery or if you potentially will ever win the lottery, just make sure to follow a step by step plan to manage your money in the best and simplistic way possible so that one, you don't end up taking a misstep and completely screwing up your financial situation. Because you probably heard the statistics about the majority of lottery winners end up going bankrupt after 5 years of winning the lottery. Like it's absolutely crazy when you think about it. So I hope the best for him and anyone who ends up winning the lottery. I think that's pretty cool. I think it's super lucky. And that's a pretty nice prize of money to win. If you want to learn how to get out of debt and manage your money, go to 40inbox.com.